I'd like to introduce you to my new brother, PQ1500SL. And I'll start with showing you how to thread it. Your spool sits at the back. Come right up through here. Then you're going to come over to the next section, which is right here at these 3 loops. Go through the first one, then the second one. Then you're going to come down behind this disc right here, and you need to hold your thread so that it can come around and catch on the other side here. Catch right in behind that. Then you come right up through here, behind that. Then there's a little bitty hole right here. Bring it up. Then you're going to come down one more time, catch it behind there. Come down behind that loop, and there's one more loop. Now if you get behind that one, there's one more loop right down here at the bottom. So you just go right behind it like that. Now let me see if I can show you how to thread it. And this is one of the simpler machines to thread, I think. We're using their threader. First of all, you're going to bring this down and hold it down, and you can see, I may have to move the camera, I don't know if you can see, but right there, there's 2 little prongs that come out. I'll zoom the camera in a little bit closer to show you the 2 little prongs right there. I can't do all this with one hand. But see, when you bring this down, it's going to go in between the needle like that. Push it down in between the needle. Okay, then you're going to bring your thread in between those 2 little, I don't know if I can do this with my left hand or not without moving everything. Well, I think I did it that time. Then you're going to pull it. Oh, I don't know if that's right, but you pull it all the way back like this, and then you'll let go. That's how you thread it, but it didn't do it that time, because I just can't quite do this with one hand, I don't think. Let me see. Try again. Get your thread in between. Got the thread all twisted. Okay, once you've got that prong behind it, you can bring your thread back this way. And let go. I can't seem to get it with one hand and work the camera and all that. I don't have a cameraman, but normally it works. I mean, no, it doesn't always work. You may have to do it a couple times, but it's really actually pretty easy if you get down there in the right position. You just have to get down there right with those prongs in between. Bring this back. There, you can see it did it that time. Oops, I pulled it out. came through that time. So then you have a little loop right there. And you just finish pulling your thread through. Okay, this machine, you control the speed by your foot pedal. There is no speed control on it over here like you do have with the JUKI. Has speed control. This one doesn't have all the features that the JUKI TL2010Q has. It does have the scissor button to break your thread, and it does have the reverse button right here. Just push it down. It has the up-down needle position, but really I don't see why they even put it on there, because it doesn't really, I don't think it really works. Not the way most up-down needle positions work, buttons work anyway. Then you have your speed control, I'm sorry, your stitch length control there on the circle dial. I have it set on 3. The stitches tend to be a little bit larger or smaller than normal, so I usually sew between 2.5 and 3, somewhere in that neighborhood, depending on what I'm sewing. Okay, now with this machine over here at the needle positions, you have your bobbin is down underneath, so your needle is always going to thread this way. So what that means is your needle has to go in with the eye facing to the left. That's where your bobbin is. Your bobbin is down under here. So you have this table, extension table, that just lifts off if you don't want to use it. But to get down in here, now this is something I do like the way they did this in over the JUKI 2010Q. I prefer how they did this. Then you have another little door that closes down, so you can reach in there and get your bobbin out. Oh my. Sorry about that. I had a cat fight in the yard. Okay, so once you get your bobbin out, now you can put your bobbin back into the case. Let's see. Slip your bobbin back in the case, and there is, bring it down through that little path there, and kind of hard for me to see what I'm doing. Follow it along till it comes through that little hole right there, and it should be able to easily turn. Okay, then you're going to stick your bobbin in your bobbin case. It's going to fit just right in a snap. Now there's a little thing right here that you go around and come back behind and pull over. That's how you're supposed to get your bobbin all ready. Then you shut back all your doors. So that's that. Now they have another feature on here with the prongs. I forget what they call it now, but it has a little, like a little tooth that comes up, and if you're working on really fine, something like, I thought it'd be good for satins, particular satiny fabrics, there's an extra prong that comes up and helps you walk it along. I haven't even tried it yet. I keep forgetting it's there. But that's one reason I bought this machine. I bought this machine for my spare because my JUKI 2010Q was out and I missed it so much, so I needed another machine. But I didn't want to spend the money that the JUKI cost, so I decided to get this machine because it's less in cost, but you get what you pay for, as they say. I mean, it's a good machine, get me wrong, but it's not as nice as the JUKI. But it's a good machine for the money, most definitely. So, like I said, I bought it mainly for to use for my spare machine when my JUKI has to go in. But ever since I've had the machine, I've been using it, and I enjoy sewing with it. Okay, I'll show you how to wind a bobbin. Okay, you have two spool caddies back here, and one of them has the larger prong. I just took that off because I already had the machine threaded for the black that I'm going to be sewing with. So you can put your other spool on the other side here, and to get ready to thread a bobbin, wind a bobbin, whatever you want to call it, first you go ahead and you can get your thread through that little hole and start it a little bit. Wind it a few times. Get it ready to sit on top of the spool caddy. Push it all the way back. Then your thread is supposed to go over here behind this little, let's see, was that in the camera? Right over here behind this little spool. Top, and then you let your prong back like that, cut your thread, and then come over here, and at the top, that little thread that we left up, go ahead and cut that one off, that little thread that we left there, and that's how you wind a bobbin. And a lot of times I just set my bobbins right there until I'm ready to use them again. So that's a rough idea on how this Brother PQ1500SL works. Hope you enjoyed this video and hope you subscribe to my channel. And if you notice on how this bobbin, how it was wound, most bobbins wind the same way. You may have the bobbin winder in a slightly different position, but they're all going to basically wind the same way as this one. So anyway, thanks for watching. Bye now.